October the 12th, and I just had one of the most exciting hunts of my life. I didn't get to do a pre-interview or anything. It's after work. I didn't get home until about 6:08, got in my camo, and went running. So by the time I got out, there was already deer in the field, so I decided to put a stalk on, and I was able to sneak right up and get in the wheelhouse. And when I say in the wheelhouse, I mean there were 8 deer within 22 yards of me. And full draw on this one deer. I had my Tacticam on. I didn't have a GoPro on. I just couldn't finagle 2 cameras at once. And normally I'm running 3, so 1 was enough for this adventure. And sorry, I'm calming down still. But I'm full draw on this doe, say a good 1.5 years, and she steps out to give me a shot, but I notice movement up to my right. And off to my right, that's the exact doe we want. It's a 3.5 or 4.5-year-old doe all day, all by herself, coming in. She works a scrape, and she's just standing there quartering to the whole time. And eventually, I try to creep closer, and I'm inside about 16 yards of her, but she's still frontal, and I don't know how she didn't see me. And I don't mean to plug and play up Sitka, because I know there's a lot of haters out there, and that's fine. But my wife had got me into Sitka last fall, and if you go on and look at their scientific data behind their pattern, I hated this pattern, you know, when I was an Under Armour guy and a Realtree guy. But it's scientifically proven that ungulates can't see it within certain distances. And granted, I'm wearing the elevated, which they say is for an elevated platform, but it's a little bit cooler today. And I didn't have my subalpine, which is a, you know, ground floor type camo, you know, that was warm enough. So I wore this, and every single deer came by and looked my direction and went back to feeding, flicked their tail and went back to feeding. They had no idea. My wind's going right to them, and I've been pumping this stuff full of ozone every chance I get when it's in my tote. And I didn't shower or anything. I just came straight from work. I smell like fried chicken and trash and all kinds of dirty stuff. I just wiped down real quick and put on some nose jammer deodorant, and I just went out here. I played the wind, but there was a certain point when that wind was going to cut right towards them. And when I was in that wheelhouse, it was cutting towards them. So eventually this big doe moves over, and she's blocked by a bunch of brush. So I'm moving to my right to do that, and there's a deer I didn't see off to my left that's watching me. And she starts to do the head bob and everything. And when she does the head bob, I draw back my bow on the big doe, expecting her to move. And she did, and she moved better than I ever could have anticipated her moving. She actually turned and quartered towards that deer, leaving me a severe quartering hard shot, but she's only about 16 yards. So I anchored it right there in front of her hind leg, you know, with the anticipation of hitting her opposite rear leg. And God, when she ran away, my arrow was buried all the way to the fletching, all the way up there in that other shoulder. And I don't know if it is lodged in that other shoulder or if it just gave up penetrating at that point because she's a big doe. But I can't wait to get my hands on her and see. And I do have the Tacticam running. I do have footage of the shot. But again, I'm on the ground, in ground cover. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the impact. I'm going to take my, you know, my Tacticam inside and look at it and see what kind of footage I got. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to wait until it gets really dark. I'm going to call my brother. I'm going to get him out here and see if we can't get on this track and show you more once I get there. Well guys, it's October 12th. The last time you saw me on footage, I had just gotten done arrowing this nice big old doe, and I was going to give her time. I knew the shot was going to be right here, right where I anticipated. She was quartering away pretty hard, looking at another doe that had spotted me. I was on the ground, and she was maybe 16 yards from me. So when the other doe was doing the bob and weave, you know, with her head, this doe turned to look at her, and when she did, she exposed all this to me. And at that severe angle, I knew I couldn't put it right here because I'd put it out the front shoulder and probably in the brisket. So I didn't want to chance that. So snuck it up here right in front of this back leg, and tried to pull the arrow out, and it's stuck in bone. You can hear bone. So it's probably stuck in this off leg, but replaying the video, she doesn't seem to be favoring that leg any. So I don't know if it broke it, but it's definitely up in there. So October 12th, beautiful, nice big doe. It's exactly what we want on the ground. It gives me definitely a bolster of confidence, you know, going into these November months that we work so hard for. Anytime you can put one down, make a nice recovery, and feed some families, that's a great hunt, and everything we work for and strive for all season. This one right now I'm going to gut up, and I'm actually taking to a buddy in need. He's got a bunch of kids, so anytime you can share the love of what you love, that's an awesome deal. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoy.